our next performer, Snigdha Malladi. Snigdha is a very talented singer and dancer, and she is a biology and psychology major at Oregon State University doing pre-med. Snigdha, would you like to speak about what you're performing today?
Thank you so much for the introduction, Aneesha. Yeah, I would. I'm singing Tu Hi Re. It's a song from the movie Bombay, and it's composed by Rahman Garu and sung by Hariharan sir. And I'm also singing the Tamil version of the song as a mashup. I hope you all enjoy.
Okay, take it away, Snigdha.
Thank you.
जान रे इन सांसों में बस जा तू चांद रे आजा दिल की जमीन पे तू चाहती अगर आके मुझसे मिल जा तू या फिर ऐसा कर धरती से मिला दे मुझको उइरे वंदे என்னோடு கலந்து விடு நினைவே இந்த நெஞ்சோடு கலந்து விடு सांसों का देखो तुम पागल बन के आए नहीं है चैन मुझसे ये बोली मेरा राहों में तेरे अपने बिचारूं உயிர் போகும் போனாலும் துயரில்லை கண்ணே அதற்காகவா பாடினேன் வரும் எதிர்காலம் உன் மீது பழிப்போதும் பெண்ணே அதற்காக தான் பாடினேன் மாதர் जिंदगी तेरे हाथों में दे दिया रे உயிரே வந்து என்னோடு கலந்து விடு உயிரே என்னை உன்னோடு கலந்து விடு நிலவே இந்த விண்ணோடு கலந்து விடு காதல் இருந்தா எந்த கண்ணோடு கலந்து விடு காலம் தடுத்தா என்னை மண்ணோடு கலந்து விடு உயிரே when
Thank you so much. Before I pass the virtual mic, I just want to share a few words. As my fellow performers and members Aneesha and Neha have mentioned before, SwaraVedika has mobilized to contribute in whatever way we can to support COVID relief efforts. Within and outside of SwaraVedika, from local communities to global initiatives, the world has really come together to face this pandemic and aid in any way they can. However, we as individuals should also be taking part and making sure to contain the spread of the virus however we can to ensure our personal safety as well as the well-being of the community as a whole. On the behalf of SwaraVedika, I just wanted to share a few words on how to stay safe and healthy during this global pandemic. One important thing to keep in mind is to stay informed. Making sure to stay updated with new information using reliable resources such as the World Health Organization and the Center for Disease Control can be extremely beneficial. The CDC also recommends regular maintenance of hygiene and social distancing protocols, such as washing hands often, regularly cleaning and disinfecting high-contact surfaces or areas, following shelter-in-place orders set by your local governments, and staying at least 6 feet apart from others to quell the potential spread of disease. Last but not least, during quarantine, make sure to find ways to stay connected. During times like these, coming together as a community however we can to share in pain, happiness, and sadness is what makes us strong. The SwaraVedika community has been able to find this connectivity through our music, and we're glad that you also have joined us to help ease the pandemic blues. With all that being said, I would like to introduce our next performer, Priya Kanajam. Priya is an incredibly talented performer and is currently a rising senior at the University of Minnesota. She has been a contributing member of SwaraVedika since its inception in 2015, and she was the organization's first president. She will be presenting a beautiful mashup that I can't wait for you all to hear, and I can't wait to hear myself. Priya, would you like to say a few words about your performance?
Yeah, thank you, Snigdha. That was absolutely beautiful. Today I will be presenting a Hindi mashup. It is a mashup of Rabita and Sawa Saman to the chords of Ed Sheeran's Photograph. So, yeah, I can't wait to show it to you all.
Take it away, Priya.
तुझसे किया है दिल में बयां, किया निगाहों को सुबह, वादा वफा का किया, तुझसे लिया है खुद को मिला, लिया दुआओं का सिला, जीने का सपना लिया, दिल के मकान में तू मेहमान रहा, आ रहा, आंखों की जुबान करे बयान, कहा अनकहा, कुछ तो है तुझसे राबता, कुछ तो है तुझसे राबता, क्यों यही कैसे है तू बता, कुछ तो है तुझसे राबता। आँखों को तेरी आदत है, तू के ना तो इन्हें शिकायत है, आँखों को तेरी आदत है, तुझ के ना तो इन्हें शिकायत है, पिंजरे चोलिए है तूने मुझको दिए, यार की तरह नहीं जानिया, ये जो अब हो रहा है कुछ जब हो रहा है, क्या यही प्यार का है एहसास, सौ आसमानों को और दो जहानों को छोड़ के आए तेरे पास, सौ आसमानों को और दो जहानों को छोड़ के आए तेरे पास, मेहरबानी जाते जाते मुझ पे कर गया, गुजरता साल लम्हा एक दामन भर गया, तेरा नजारा मिला, रोशन सितारा मिला, तकदीर के जैसे कोई इशारा मिला, कुछ तो है तुझसे राबता, कुछ तो है तुझसे राबता, क्यों यही कैसे ये तू बता, कुछ तो है तुझसे राबता,
Thank you all for listening, and thank you to everyone who is viewing this now. Again, it means a lot to us. So I'm just going to kind of tailor off of what Snigdha was mentioning before. As mentioned before, SwaraVedika and an amplitude of other organizations have really stepped up during this time and tried to accommodate into this new situation that we have been put into. In case you have not been following, we have been actively doing Swaraoke events for the past couple weeks in order to provide entertainment to everyone in quarantine, but also as a way to raise awareness and funds for COVID-19 relief. So a huge thank you for all of the performers and their families, as well as all the audience members who have been coming together to make our events successful. We are really, really grateful for your continued support. Also, our organization has been working nonstop to put together multiple ways of providing assistance to all of those who are in need. So we truly are very thankful for all of those who are helping out. As many of you may or may not know, SwaraVedika has a lot of chapters in many major cities around the US. So we would really like to thank all of our chapter coordinators nationwide for their efforts in taking up projects locally and also rallying volunteers in their own communities. I myself have seen many organizations in the Minneapolis community really come together and help each other out in achieving a common goal. So it's really inspiring to see even that through all of everything that's happening right now, there's a lot of spirit and positivity within communities. So truly a big heartfelt thank you to all of you who are making a difference. And moving on, our next singer is going to be Madhav Danturthi. Madhav is a senior at Monte Vista High School and is from Cupertino, California. As you guys already know, Madhav is the current president for SwaraVedika. He has been learning Carnatic music and light music and also plays the keyboard. So Madhav, what are you presenting for us today?
So today I'll be singing a mashup of a song called Chakori from Sahasa Swasaga Sagipo and Nalo Nenena from the movie Bonam.
Awesome, Madhav. All the best.
Thank you. పసిగట్టే కనుగొనక బట్టి కనిపెట్టి వలపుల రుచి పట్టే పనిముట్టే అవసరమట ఇకపై ఇన్నాళ్ళుగా దాగున్నది విరహం ఎన్నాళ్ళు పోయాలట హృదయం ఇదురాకి పయనం సులువుగా మరి ముగిసేనా పసిగట్టే కనుగొనక బట్టే పనిముట్టే వలపుల రుచి పట్టే పనిముట్టే అవసరమట ఇకపై ఇన్నాళ్ళుగా దాకున్నది విరహం ఎన్నాళ్ళు పోయాలట హృదయం అందురాకి పయనం సులువుగా మరి ముగిసేనా చకోరీ పందులో పందులో నేను కుండలో చూడా చూడా మొదట మొదట ఈ మోహించగలదెవరో ముందు చెప్పేన Thank you. So, as my previous co-hosts have been talking about, SwaraVedika has been involved with a lot of charity work to help the crisis that we're in right now. One of the things that we've been doing is supporting healthcare workers however much as possible. As Snigdha, Neha, and Priya and Aneesha all mentioned, we've been doing a plethora of things. One of them was supporting the Mamandur hospital in Hyderabad. We sent over 10,000 masks to healthline workers all across the US and in India as well. On top of this, we've been providing PPEs such as gloves, and as such, the one thing that we do ask for those listening is, if you're a parent or if you're a student from preschool to high school, please take some time, make masks or any resources at home, and if you donate them in your local area and tag us on Facebook, we are able to award you 2 volunteering hours for supporting our cause. With that being said, I want to introduce the next singer, Akhila Mamandur, who is from Houston, Texas, and is an incoming junior at University of Houston. Akhila, what song are you singing today?
Hi, Madhav. That was beautiful, first of all. Thank you so much. Today I'll be singing an unplugged version of Kalank, title song from the movie Kalank, so hope you guys enjoy it. This song I would like to specially dedicate to all essential workers out there during this time, healthcare worker or not, any type of profession that's out there, putting your life out on the front line for all of us. This song is for you. हवाओं में बहेंगे, घटाओं में रहेंगे, तू भर का मेरी, मैं तेरा बादल पिया,
जो तेरे ना हुए तो किसी के ना रहेंगे, दीवानी तू मेरी मैं तेरा बादल पिया, हजारों में किसी को तकदीर ऐसी मिली है एक रांझा हीर जैसी, न जाने ये जमाना क्यों चाहे रे मिटाए, इश्क है काजल पिया, पिया 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 रे, पिया रे, पिया रे। दुनिया की नजरों में ये रोग है, हो जिनको वो जाने ये जोग है, एक तरफा शायद हो दिल का भरम, दो तरफा है तो ये संजोग है, लाई जब जिंदगानी की कहानी ऐसे मोड़ पे, लागे खुद को पराए हम किसी से नैना छोड़ के, हजारों में किसी को तकदीर ऐसी मिली है एक रांझा हीर जैसी, न जाने ये जमाना क्यों चाहे रे मिटाना, कलंक नहीं इश्क है काजल पिया, कलंक नहीं इश्क है काजल पिया. Thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Very quickly before I pass on the mic to the next singer, I just wanted to say a few words. During this time, I, on behalf of the rest of the SwaraVedika team and all our members, would like to thank all the essential workers who are putting their lives at risk for our well-being, whether that's healthcare workers, as Madhav discussed earlier, or even if it's like truck drivers who keep our supply chains running, or grocery store workers who let us keep getting the food and other resources that we need, teachers, professors, school support staff who are working around the clock to provide resources for children and the rest of our families, electrical workers for keeping all of us connected, researchers who are putting themselves and their lives and their families at risk, putting themselves on the front line of this pandemic, trying to find a cure for the betterment of mankind, all other public employees, everyone, for putting in countless hours serving the public while we're all here in the comfort of our own homes with our families. It's just so inspiring and so uplifting, and we'd like to thank all of you guys for putting your lives at risk for all of us, and to all of those willing to sacrifice their own safety and well-being in this crisis. We're so grateful, and your contributions are greatly appreciated, and we thank you in our prayers, and you're in our thoughts and in our hearts every single day. So thank you so much. Next up, I'd like to invite Supraja, Kadagandla, our SwaraVedika Vice President, all the way from Olympia, Washington, to perform another beautiful song for us. Hi, Supraja.
Hi, Akhila. Thank you so much for the beautiful performance and also for the introduction. I will be singing the song Ennod Nee Irundal from the movie I, and I'll be singing with a karaoke track that I composed using the piano I have at home.
Tharam kalaga
வேண்டாம் நான் உறங்கவே பூமி வேண்டாம் தேவை எதுவும் தேவையில்லை தேவையோடு நான் இருப்பேன் ஓ என்னை நான் யாரென்று சொன்னாலும் புரியாதே என் காதல் நீ என்று யாருக்கும் தெரியாதே நீ கேட்டால் உலகத்தை நான் வாங்கி தருவேனே உலகத்தில் நான் வாழ மாட்டேனே என்னோடு நீ இருந்தால் கொச்சி காபில் ரோஜா போக்குமா உனை தேனை கேட்டால் பூக்கள் ஏற்குமா முதலே குலத்தில் மலராய் மலர்த்தேன் குழந்தை அருகே குரங்கால் பயந்தேன் உயிரோடு நான் இருப்பேன் என்னோடு நீ நான் உயிரோடு நான் இருப்பேன் நீ இல்லா உலகத்தில் நான் வாழ மாட்டேனே ஓ என்னோடு நீ இருந்தால். Thank you. Before I move on to introducing the next singer, I would like to say a few words. To add on to what Akhila was saying, these are definitely trying times for all of us, some more than others. Many people have lost their jobs, many people have even lost their lives, and the burdens that COVID-19 pandemic has placed on the families of those who are struggling greatly during this time due to the loss of loved ones is heavy. But through all of this, we are all here to support our communities and the general public in any way, shape, or form that we can. Our hearts go out to those who have lost loved ones during this time. With that, I want to introduce our next singer, Abhi Vemulapati from Woodland, California, who will be singing for us the beautiful Unplugged melody. He is a rising junior at the University of California in Los Angeles. Hello, Abhi.
Hi, Supraja. That was a beautiful performance.
Thank you.
So I'll be singing a beautiful R&B song called Best Part by Daniel Caesar. Kiss me slowly, it's the sweetest thing. And it don't change if I had it my way. You would know that you are. You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. Oh, I just wanna see I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, oh, you're the best part. Oh, oh, you're the best part. It's the sunrise, oh, those brown eyes, yes. You're the one that I desire. When we wake up, then we make love. It makes me feel so nice. You're my water when I'm stuck in the desert. You're the Tylenol I take when my head hurts. You're the sunshine of my life. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, oh, you're the best part. Oh, oh, best part. Love me, love me, love me. Thank you. Before we move on to the next segment of our program, I'd just like to say a few words. As everyone has mentioned before, we all have a really big individual responsibility to stay at home, social distance, and practice all the guidelines that we need to prevent the spread of COVID. But that responsibility doesn't only have to stop at staying home and doing all those things. It's also important for us to reach out to our local communities and do work to help all the efforts that are going on. And there are a lot of ways to do that. For instance, you can find more information from organizations like Doctors Without Borders or the World Health Organization and find some ways that they're combating this virus. And you can also reach out to our local chapters, our local SwaraVedika chapters, by visiting our website, SwaraVedika.org, and finding out how our organization is mobilizing efforts to fight COVID in your local regions. And with that, I'd like to introduce Akhila to move us on to the next segment of our show.
Oh, Abhi, that was so good. I feel like I was just in a different place, in a different atmosphere. That was so good. We all know how amazing that song is, and you killed it. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, that being said, I don't want the event to end just yet, and I'm pretty sure, hoping that you guys don't either. So I'm here to reintroduce Neha Anumolu, all the way from New Jersey, to sing another song for us. Neha, are you here? Neha will be performing a mashup of two beautiful, timeless classics, in English and Hindi, and I'm sure the audience is looking forward, on the edge of their seat, ready to see what we have planned for them. So Neha, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Thank you, Akhila, for the introduction. So yeah, I'll start. Wise men say only fools worship, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Will it be worth it if I can't So I'll hand it over to Priya now.
That was absolutely breathtaking, Neha. I know that Lag Jagale is one of our group's favorite songs, and we have done it in countless shows that it really takes us back to all those memories. So thank you for sharing that. So I'm going to unmute everyone now, and we'll see how this works. I'm not really too good with Zoom, but that worked. Okay, it did. So yeah, again, thank you all for joining us this evening. And I know we've touched on a lot of important throughout tonight, but we do want to end this event on a more reflective and lighthearted mood. Yeah, so now that everyone is here, I do want to ask all of you a question. As you guys know, right now is a time that all of us are spending a lot of time at home and doing everything virtually. I know that online schooling has been kind of difficult for me just to keep track of all my classes and everything. And I personally know that my entire sleep schedule has been uprooted and thrown out the window, playing a toll on my productivity. But I've started doing small things here and there to put myself back on track and also keep myself more mentally ready overall. So do you guys have any tips on how you're doing self-care at home, or anything that has really helped you out personally or your family out? I'm sure some of our viewers might love some new ideas.
All right, I'm gonna chime in because I waited for a second and no one else did. That's great, Priya. I'm glad you were able to find out a system that works well for you. It was kind of difficult at first when we first got off of school right after spring break and they announced that it would be permanent. It kind of took a while to get into kind of a routine, just because I think my whole family was in the mindset of, okay, we have some time off, just take some rest, But now that we're picking back up with school and final exams right around the corner, me and my family have kind of gotten into the habit of doing yoga frequently, twice or thrice a week. My dad kind of teaches, so I kind of sit in his sessions with him, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of yoga. We try to go out and play badminton and stuff like that, me and my little sister. And we've been doing a lot of FaceTiming family and FaceTiming family friends and doing game nights and stuff like that. So that's really been helping the social standpoint. And also just at home, because I am at home a lot more and not at college, I've been giving my mom more opportunities to put oil in my hair and all of that stuff that I normally say no to. But it's been good. Just a lot of family time. So yeah.
I can chime in now. So I think, yeah, I agree with Akhila. Like when I came back from college, it was like a really hard transition, especially because like when your environment, like you go from such a different environment to like your home, that can be difficult. And I like for every like college student out there, like we get it, like we are college students. But I think one thing that did help me was I think taking the time to, like after sessions doing yoga, I try doing meditation for a few minutes every day or every other day. I think that really helps put things in perspective. And I think it's something that can really help with calming you down, and if you guys don't do it, I really recommend it. I think another thing is spending time with family has been really fun. Since we spend so much time together, so that's been really fun for me. And I think another thing that also really helped for me was to actually, even though I'm at home, to pretend like I'm not, like pretend that I'm going about my daily activities, like get up, get showered, get dressed, and I think that can also really change your attitude towards the whole situation. So it definitely can impact your day a lot, and I think it can really help you with your productivity and just like how you feel in general. Yeah, so those are my 2 cents. If anyone else wants to talk.
Those are really great tips so far, and I guess even for me, as people have said before, it's been really difficult to try and adjust to a new routine and all of that, but one thing that's really helped me is to make sure to take my time to wind down. I spend hours now on screens because Zoom classes exist, and then we do Zoom concerts, and then I have to do my homework on Zoom, and so I've really taken time to try and find activities that aren't on a screen. So I actually painted something for the first time ever a couple days ago. It wasn't great, but we're going to get better throughout this quarantine. So that's one thing that I've been doing. I know my mom has been trying to get me and my sister to join her for Zumba sessions, so that's something that we've been trying to do as a family, which has been really fun. But yeah, I definitely recommend trying and taking a little bit of time away from the screen, since I know it can be taking a toll on all of our mental health right now, given the situation.
Seems like physical activity has definitely been a trend, but that's a good trend, so that's great to hear. Yeah, so we have more questions coming up later, but I think for now we're ready for the next song. So next up, I'd like to introduce Madhav again, who is presenting one of my Telugu favorites from Fida, and also one of my favorite Shreya Ghoshal songs. So Madhav, love to hear it.
Thank you, Priya. So as Priya said, I'm singing a mashup of the song Usupodu from Fida and Saibo from Shore in the City. करता बहाने मैंने नवाब जना समझे इशारे धीरे धीरे नैनों को धीरे धीरे जिया को धीरे धीरे भाइयों रे साहिबो धीरे धीरे बेगाना धीरे धीरे अपना सा धीरे धीरे लागे रे साहिबो साहिबो చేరి రాదు వింత ఖైదు నాకిలా ఏమిటో నా నుండి నా ప్రాణమే ఇలా జారుతుంది తప్పేన ఈ యాతన తోచన నీ తలపులే వదలవే నన్ను నిదురలోన ఆ మరపున తెలియక నన్నే వెతికినాను నా గుండెలో తొందరే నన్నే నిలువబీడే ఏదో నాడు నీతో చెప్పేనా నీ తలపులే వదలవే నీ తలపులే వదలవే నీ తలపులే వదలవే నీ తలపులే వదలవే ఊసుకోదు ఊరుకోదు ఉండనీదు వెళ్ళనీదు వింత ఖైదు నాకిలా ఏమిటో
Wow, Madhav, that was so good. That kind of took me back to the first time I heard you playing guitar. This was back in Dallas, if I'm not wrong, 2017. You played Baiti Kochi Chuste, and it was so good. I'm getting a little emo now, but it was so good. Thank you so much for that song. I just really quickly wanted to share a little bit of my quarantine experience with you guys. I don't know about you all, but like I'm sure at least I have been giving my mom such a hard time when it comes to food, just because we're all home and kind of bored, and so every 5 minutes I'm like, Mom, I'm hungry. Like, Mom, what's there to eat? What's for dinner? What's for lunch? Lately I've started cooking on my own. And if you know me, you know that's a big accomplishment. But yeah, so I've kind of just been bothering my family all the time because I'm constantly hungry. And so that's just one thing that me and my family always like fight about, kind of. But we're laughing about it now, but it's kind of caused some serious rifts sometimes. But it's all good. I just was curious as to what are some of your quarantine kashtalu, as you can say?
Well, I think I have one, I guess. Well, when my mom makes like papu or rice or something, and we're finishing the bottom of the of the bucket or whatever it is, and there's one single lentil left, and I forget to scrape it off the bottom and put it in my plate, she'll give the bucket back to me and ask me to take it all out. Can't waste any food in these trying times, I guess.
Yeah, I could definitely relate to both what Akhila and Abhi mentioned. As far as the bothering my family goes, I've been doing that a lot with my younger brother. Now that we are home, I get to spend more time with him, and we're like relatively close in age, so we don't get to spend so much time together during the school year. So I've really been like taking the time now to talk to him, and like we play badminton sometimes, just like inside our house, sometimes outdoors, and we just like to like talk about school and all things not school related now that we can take a breather and relax. But yeah, so that's difficult sometimes when he's like, yeah, I've had enough. So that's that.
Yeah, I think like for me, it's not more of food because I like all food, I guess you could say. But I think for me, it's not like waking up in the morning because when we had school, I had to do it every day, so I would wake up late and go to school. But now, like online schooling, we don't have all the things, so like I have to wake up and like it's a struggle. I had to do it the entire year. So like that's my quarantine question.
Wow, very interesting. Definitely kind of a comical topic, I would say. Is anyone else trying to? Okay, so yeah, moving on. So yeah, it's just been very funny for my family and I, at least, and I definitely relate to all of you guys, and I understand the sleep thing as well. Something that's just helped me, and I don't know if it'll help anyone else, is that, sorry, someone saying something? No? Okay. Yeah, something that's just helped me is kind of just waking up as I would when as if I'm going to class and getting some work done. and that way I can force myself to get some work done and then treat myself and take a nap after. And that's kind of been working well for me, because the second I wake up late, it's just a bad cycle of not getting any work done and then sleeping late and then waking up late. So that's kind of something that I've been doing. But yeah, moving on. I'd like to re-invite Snigdha to come back. Snigdha's here all the way from Portland, Oregon, to sing us another mashup of two of my favorite songs. So Snigdha, show us what you got.
Thank you so much, Akhila. So today, for my second song, I'll be singing a mashup of Tu Jo Mila from Bajrangi Bhaijaan, sung by KK, and Photograph, which was sung by Ed Sheeran. I hope you guys all enjoy it. आशियाना मेरा ढूंढ तेरे है, ढूंढते तेरे गले मुझको घर मिला। आबदाना मेरा हाथ तेरे है, ढूंढते तेरे खुदा मुझको रब मिला। We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes were never closing, hearts were never broken, time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me close until our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone. Wait for me to come home. रूठ जाना तेरा, मान जाना मेरा, ढूंढते तेरी हंसी मिल गई खुशी। राहों में तेरी रूह है तू मेरी, ढूंढते तेरे निशान मिल गई खुदी। तू जो मिला यूं हो गया मैं काबू, क्योंकि तुम धड़कन मैं दिल। So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me close until our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone. And if you hurt me, that's okay, baby. Only words bleed. Inside these pages, you just hold me, and I won't ever let you go. Wait for me to come home. 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 Home, home, तू जो मिला लो हो गया मैं काबिल। तू जो मिला तो हो गया सब हासिल। मुश्किल से ही आसान आशा हुई मंजिल, क्योंकि तुम धड़कन में दिल. Oh, you can feel me inside the necklace you got when you were 16, next to your heartbeat where I should be. Keep it deep within your soul. Wait for me to come home. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Snigdha, for the wonderful performance. Tujo Mila is one of my favorite songs, and it's always great seeing Western and Indian music come together to form such a beautiful product. So thank you once again. Also, before we move on to the next performance, I wanted to ask you all a question. Now that we have so much time on our hands, I found that I have a lot more things that I can pick up, old and new hobbies that I now have time to, really take up again. Things like reading for pleasure and painting that I haven't really had the chance to do during the school year, and it's very relaxing that I can do it now. Kills a lot of time as well. So I was curious to see, what are some of your new hobbies that you've picked up during quarantine time?
Something that I've been working on is the creative process of music, which is something that I haven't really been able to do in college since I'm living in a dorm and everyone around me can hear what I'm doing. But now that I'm back home and have more privacy, I'm working on more learning how to do softwares and learning how those work and actually learning how to create music. And that's just something that I'm happy that I'm able to work on now that I'm back home. And also something else is we're also at home creating masks with our sewing machines, but that's also inspired me to do some DIY with making clothes. Now that I can't go shopping anymore, I might as well make my own. So that's something that I've been interested in more.
Yeah, I really feel the whole music and learning more about it. I think I've been trying to explore more too, just music in general. I know that one of my regrets ever since growing up was just not being able to play an instrument. I started playing piano when I used to live in New Jersey, but when I moved, I stopped. So I definitely kept it as a goal by the summer to learn more. My school is ending in the next week, so I really have set up a lot of new things that I want to try. Something that I've been doing more is that because I'm at home, and I know we kind of touched upon this, I've been trying to bake more and try to be in the kitchen a little bit more compared to before. But it's been nice, and I feel I'm slowly grasping how to be more of an adult. But yeah, I definitely, Supraja mentioned too, reading has been something I feel I haven't really done much just because of hectic college schedules. But now that I have all this time, I definitely started making a list of all the books that I eventually want to read over the summer. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and I can chime in on this one as well. All of those are really great things, and I've also been playing a lot with music creation and all that. But one thing that I've really been focusing on, just since I have a lot more time on my hands, is that I've been choreographing a lot of different dances and learning a lot of new dance styles. It's been really amazing to see the online dance community come together to put up classes for all kinds of different styles. So I've been learning things like hip hop, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's been something that I've been taking up.
Awesome. Thank you all for sharing. Those are all great things that you've been doing. It's nice that we can be productive and creative at the same time. So next up, we have our final performance for tonight. We'll have Aneesha and Abhi teaming up together to perform an evergreen classic Telugu song. Aneesha will be on the flute and Abhi will be providing vocals for the song Sirimalle Neeve.
Thank you, Supraja.
Thank you, Supraja.
సిరిమల్లె నీవే విరిజల్లు కావే వరదల్లె రావే వలపంటే నీవే ఎన్నెల్లుతే ఎదమీటిపోయే సిరిమల్లి నీవే విరిజల్లు కావే. ఎలదేటి పాట చెలరేగి నాలో చెలరేగిపోయే మధుమాసమల్లే ఎలమావి తోట పలికింది నాలో పలికించుకోయే మది కోయిలల్లే నీ పలుకు నాదే నా బ్రతుకు నీవే తొలి పూతనంవే వనదేవతల్లే పున్నాగ పూలే సన్నాయి పాడే ఎన్నెల్లుతే ఎదమీటిపోయే సిరిమల్లి నీవే విరిజల్లు కా. La 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 la. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhi and Aneesha. That was an awesome performance. With that, that concludes our show for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining our Unplugged event. We hope you thoroughly enjoyed it as well. And thank you again for coming out here to not only support us in our musical journey, but also to support and encourage SwaraVedika's cause. And before we end things, I want to invite everyone right now to say some closing remarks. So I want to start off by encouraging everyone who's listening today to pick up a new hobby because time is in your favor. Now is a great time as any to start something new and try things that are even outside of your comfort zone.
I'd like to say to do your best to provide support for the COVID-19 relief in your own community. There's so much to help, even though we're confined in our own homes. There's so much that we could do for others and volunteering, putting in service. And there's so many organizations that have come together, and you can always contribute on your own to support your community and your loved ones and your friends.
Every crisis brings new opportunities, and with so much free time in hand right now, it's important to stay physically active and eat healthy. Although many states still have a shelter in place going on, you can still go out for a run on your own, just remember to stay safe, wear gloves, wear a mask, and all of that. And eating healthy is really, really important. Even though you're at home, as Akhila said, you're always looking around to find something to eat. So make sure you're eating healthy so that you're still in shape and so that you don't have a negative effect on your body due to staying at home with limited resources.
Also, it's very important to continue to follow social distancing and other COVID-related rules. I know that it can be hard, and it's going to be a few months, maybe, or even more, by the time this is over, but it's really important, and the more we do it, the sooner this will end. So make sure to continue to do that.
Just wanted to say that it's always important to make sure that you're getting the right information from any media source or even things like WhatsApp. Make sure that you're educating yourself with the right info and that you're always putting your health and the health of others before anything else. And don't believe everything you see and take precaution at all costs.
So I wanted to say that it's not uncommon to feel confused, stressed, or unsettled as a result of the current global situation. Make sure to practice self-care and take care of your mental health. Regularly make time to unwind, try to find a routine, and connect with others to voice your feelings and concerns.
Yes, and also just another reminder to just stay in touch with all your loved ones, whether that's friends or family, because everyone in your life and their life matters. And it's hard to maintain that physical connection with all your friends and family now. So make use of all the social media and your phones, smartphones, all of that to make sure you're staying in touch with everyone. And it'll really make their day and your day, and it'll just make this going through this whole issue so much easier for everyone. Yeah.
And also remember to show gratitude for all the people who are helping you, not just the front people who are fighting COVID on the front lines, but also the people around you, your parents, your siblings who are keeping you occupied, just all those people who are doing their best to make these trying times bearable.
Thank you all. And with that wraps up our show for tonight. Once again, thank you all for joining us today and tuning in. We have many more musical events coming up in the future. So please do like our Facebook page, check our website at SwaraVedika.org, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you're up to date with not only all the musical events that we have coming up, but so that you're also updated on all the service projects that we're undertaking. Again, we encourage you to partake